Springfield is the 10th episode of the 5th season of The Simpsons. The full title is Springfield brackets or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling. And in this one, Mayor Quimby is getting suggestions for how to improve Springfield because the economy isn't doing great. And there's a suggestion that they legalize gambling because that's going to get money flowing. And a lot of people seem to think that this is a great idea. And Homer gets a job at the casino. Sure, there are the moral questions, but in terms of the economy, people seem to be getting jobs and spending cash quite freely. And then, surprisingly, Marge becomes addicted to gambling. Now, I say surprisingly, I feel like Marge is the kind of person who holds everything in and never lets her hair down, ironically, so that when she does become addicted to something, she goes all out. It's not an uncommon thing. And indeed, we've seen this kind of behavior with Marge before, but she becomes so addicted that she kind of neglects her family and she forgets to help Lisa out with the costume she's meant to be making. In case you haven't seen the episode, I won't say too much about that, but I do love that aspect of it. They're having a pageant at school for the different states, and um, I really enjoyed that side of it. And we have to see Homer stepping up to the plate as well, which is really interesting. Obviously, it's quite a negative thing that Marge is neglecting the family. It's a very negative thing. But having Homer having to realize just how much Marge actually does around the house, and how much she does with the housework and the cooking and helping the children with their school projects, you realize, or Homer realizes that, you know, she contributes an awful lot, and she's not just a stay-at-home housewife and mother. It's actually a full, intense job that she has to do. I know some people don't think of it as a job, but just because you don't get paid doesn't mean it's not hard work. And I definitely think it's not the only time where Homer's made to realize these things, but I'd say it's one of the more severe cases where you have Marge battling an addiction with Homer having to do absolutely everything. And it sounds like that's really serious. And of course, it's addressing quite a serious topic, but it does so in a kind of light-hearted way that makes it enjoyable, the way The Simpsons does. I think The Simpsons is brilliant at tackling potentially difficult, challenging, even triggering for some people subjects and making them light enough that you can enjoy them and still enjoy the messages in them without detracting from the actual potential severity of it. There are a couple of guest stars in this. Neither of them were people I recognise, but we have Jerry Cooney, who was a boxer, and Robert Goulet, who is an American singer and actor whose work I'm not familiar with, I don't believe. There are some references to other pop culture things, of course. It's a really strong episode. Its full title, as I said, is Springfield or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling. That's Springfield with a dollar sign as the S, which is a nice little touch. It's good fun. There are serious elements there if you want to look at them. I'd say it's a pretty solid, all-round, decent, possibly moving, kind of funny, enjoyable episode.